Early morning hours of Valentine's Day 2019,
Valentine's
a woman
Day.
named Olivia Jones walked the aisles of a local supermarket known as HEB Plus in preparation for dinner with her husband, Chris. As she gathered the ingredients, she observed a bouquet of pink and red roses, colors that symbolize tenderness and passion. As Olivia exited the store with the roses in her cart, she was unaware that in less than 40 minutes, she would be dead. A horrible consequence of so-called toxic love. The police would find her on her bedroom floor in a quiet neighborhood in Beaumont, Texas. 11 minutes earlier, her loving husband, Chris, dialed 911.
Beaumont 911. What is the address of your emergency?
Olivia! Please, hurry. I want to take the gun.
Tell me what's going on.
Right, you ain't say
I'm
nothing.
at home with my wife shot in the head. Please,
Somebody shot in the head.
my wife, please.
Calm
Tell
down,
me,
boy. I
where
get it,
is
but
she
damn.
shot?
In the head.
Okay, where in the head?
Take it and it went off.
Okay.
He tried to
I
take it
want
and it
you
went.
to try to...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
FBI, open up!
You tried to take the glick out of your girl's hand. This demonstration. If I'm holding a gun in my hand, right? Demonstration. And somebody trying to get it out of my hand. And it went off. That's possible, right? But how the hell did the goddamn blick end up this way? With the trigger getting pulled and pop her in the head. How that make sense? Somebody explain to me in the comment section. Address me as your highness. Y'all see I got the robe on. Do your homework. But y'all let me know how that's possible.
Control
I call
the bleeding.
As soon as the call disconnected,
about?
officers had alluded to earlier. The officers made their way to the bedroom and found Olivia lying on the floor.
Why they don't never call the ambulance, bro?
Sir. Okay. Step back. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler? I tried to take it.
Get his.
Mom!
Olivia was found face down with a gunshot wound to the back of her head.
the back of-
Astonishingly,
How you try to take the damn gun? How did the gun go from in her hand, like this right here, to now you saying that motherfucker was in the back of her head? That don't make no scientific sense, sir. You bogus.
she was still breathing. When the officers rolled her over, they discovered that the bullet had pierced through her right eye. The room she was found in was covered in blood, with spatter all over the walls. The paramedics arrived, and while they tended to Olivia, the police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walking,
how slow they
and while
walking?
they tended to Olivia,
Look how slow they walk.
the police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walk him through the events leading up to the shooting.
What happened? We had a disagreement, and I say, baby, if you're not working with me, you're working against me. I say, we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I say, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together. Okay. We got several. And I say, I just want a divorce. And her reaction was, she got the gun? I said, give me the gun. She like, I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
So when you grabbed it, went off?
She yanked. I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off.
Okay.
Behind her head. So you had it like this. That's what you're trying to say. You had it behind her head and you grabbed it and you yanked. That don't make no sense,
The gun
bro.
went off.
Chris's story
I'm
immediately
sorry.
set off red flags.
I'm
How
sorry,
could such
that
a
don't make
large
sense,
man
bro.
be overpowered by his significantly smaller wife?
Right.
Chris dropped to his knees in anguish, but there were no tears as he asked Officer Butler if he could go check on Olivia.
Hell no, ain't no tears.
Mr. Butler, I got help.
No. You don't need to go in there, okay?
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
We got him.
Is she alive, Mr. Butler?
When we went in there,
Please don't tell me she's alive if she's not.
when I saw her, she was.
She was talking?
She wasn't talking.
Is she breathing?
It looked like she was breathing. Yeah.
Not crying. This is not a husband who distraught, bro. Sorry. He looked crazy as hell. Do your homework. Look at his face right there, boy. This little boy look like a Ninja Turtle.
They found it strange that the gun was in a different room from where the shooting took place. If Olivia was holding the gun when it went off, how did it end up in a different room? The only logical answer was that Chris must have moved it. Following this discovery, the officers decided that the best course of action was to detain Chris until they had a better understanding of what really happened. As Chris was getting handcuffed, his 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, arrived at the house. She had already been contacted by Chris, who told her what had happened. She was clearly devastated.
See the difference? See that difference? He still ain't crying. She crazy. Look,
while the officers tried to console Ariel, Chris was escorted to the back of a police cruiser. Lead Detective Mendy Freeman and Sergeant Yvette Barrero of the Forensics Unit arrived at the residence and were immediately caught up to speed.
According to him, she grabs a 9mm in their bedroom. And she did that. He claims he reached for the gun to try to get it from her. And when he reached for it and they struggle over it, boom.
At that moment, Olivia's sister Angela arrived at the scene, and Ariel once again broke out into hysterics. All of the evidence was collected and sent to the crime lab. Chris was brought down to the station where they took photos of his hands still covered in blood.
They're waiting for the lead detectives. They're going to be the ones that actually interview you, so.
When the detectives finally arrived at the station, they started Chris's interview by asking him what caused
It's hard
the
to hide them emotions,
He said
boy.
that he felt as if Olivia wasn't pulling her weight in the relationship.
I am very particular. If you heard that, that's true. I am very particular. You strive for the best for people. I work really hard, and I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't accept excuses for anybody else.
After telling her that he wanted a divorce, she went to the bedroom and grabbed the gun.
He still ain't crying.
Really? You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything.
Okay.
You know, this is not, you do not want to do that. Put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying. She was crying.
Chris handed over his cell phone, which had access to the home security camera footage.
Yep.
See, you want to access just that camera. You touch that. And that's just that camera. Okay. You follow what I'm saying? So far. Let's go back to devices. Yes, sir. And everything is labeled. Carport, backyard, front door, back door, laundry room, side garage, living room, kitchen.
The police examined this footage, hoping to corroborate Chris's story. At 8:41 a.m., Olivia can be seen going about her morning routine in the kitchen. Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out. 3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up, and Chris is captured frantically pacing around the house while on the...
So it just coincidentally went out for 3 minutes. And she ended up getting shot in the head. No. FBI, open up! That's not what happened, bro. It's not even a good lie. So the camera's working perfectly fine. At what time? So as soon as she left, went back in the back room.
Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out.
It cuts out. Just miraculously. You might believe in coincidences. I don't. So now you're trying to tell me that this shit just cut out and then cut right back on. And in between them two times, this lady was unalived.
3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up, and Chris is captured frantically pacing around the house while on the phone with 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., the responding officers can be seen entering the residence. That means that Olivia must have been shot during this 3-minute gap in the footage. In the interrogation room, Chris was asked why this footage was missing, claimed that he had no idea.
We're still trying
He turned the camera off.
these videos here, man. Why would there be no recordings on that? I don't know. It should be. Everybody in that house should be on it. But like I said, the internet You can go through days and it's gonna it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep like you can pick whatever pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that.
See how he looking at him trying to see if he buying the bullshit ass story?
You just keep bro. You can pick whatever day you want and it's never gonna be consistent. That's why I said it was a waste of money. Well,
true. I get that. You know what I'm saying? That happened with certain cameras. If they powered by Wi-Fi, sometimes it go off. Sometimes just be tweaking for a little second. But it's not a coincidence that the Wi-Fi just so happened to turn off in the same time that she ended up getting unalive.
I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Right.
Chris had a bunch of excuses, from internet problems to not charging the camera properly. But at this point, the detectives were taking anything Chris said with a grain of salt. It seemed more likely that Chris, the only one with access to the footage, had tampered with it. Right. Since they did not have the video, they had Chris reenact the moment that he tried to disarm Olivia.
Now go ahead and do my initial. She pulls it. Give me the okay. And I go. I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, you're good.
I don't want the chair.
I'm sorry. You're fine.
I like the chair, man.
I'm really
Still not crying it.
living it. How you are? I'm reliving it.
So she should be shot in the back of her right head.
Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist
back here?
Did you feel me twist your? I twisted.
With each question asked, it seems as if Chris was improvising the answer, actively trying to make the puzzle pieces fit together rather than telling the truth. The detectives they doubled back with him, urging him to tell the truth about what actually happened to the missing footage.
To be honest, about the videos.
I look guilty. No, I deleted those videos. I look guilty.
Not if you say right now. What you just said a little while ago. I freaked out. I panicked. I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know.
He done snitched on himself already.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I get him. If you just tell me, I get it. If you just tell me that you panicked, you did something you shouldn't have did, we can get past that. No, they just want your dumb ass to snitch on yourself. They got you.
Afraid of being blamed for something I did do something that looks really bad on me.
While the confession was a much-needed win for the detectives, there was still no trace of those crucial 3 minutes of footage. Right. However, the detectives did their due diligence. They spent the days combing through all available footage from the house to see for themselves what daily life was like for the Jones family. Right. In these recordings, the true nature of Chris and Olivia's relationship was on full display.
That's what he forgot, though. Them have been recording for years, months, boy. That shit been recording for a long time, boy. We got evidence to see how crazy you is.
Then you're gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, White.
Oh, he crazy.
Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor.
Why he steady yelling like, bro? Didn't you just not? This nigga crazy. And niggas like this, boy, they don't never talk to no nigga like that. And that's what make them, bro, I do not like niggas like this, gang. I do not like, didn't you just knock something over?
Look on the floor.
You steady, what you call it? And she just don't even say nothing. She just so used to it and she didn't got brainwashed to the point where she just start grabbing paper towels to go clean it up, gang.
Look on the floor. Look on the floor.
He steady yelling.
Why is that like that? We're not paying attention.
Damn.
Okay, please.
You wasn't worried about the son of a bitch a minute ago. That's your mother.
Oh, look, he grabbing her and shit.
Like that, bitch.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And she lost her life behind this. He one of them niggas, boy. He one of them niggas, boy. Like, gang, why you just do all that? He threw her off like, what are you doing?
Look at me like that, bitch.
Don't look at me like
I'm
that.
not playing with you. Lazy. You want to do some shit, not enough? Give it here. You got all the goddamn answers. You don't do a goddamn thing around this.
And he one of them niggas, he just want to be mad, folks. Basically, you just had her clean up something off the floor. She get the cleaning it, and you like put it down. You wasn't worried about it a minute ago. Get up, just move. Don't look at me like that, bitch. Like that. But, gang, what you want? Like it's I ain't gonna lie, folks. Niggas like this be bitch made, boy. I'm telling you.
Right. This your ass.
I know I was gonna be.
That's clean this. That's clean.
I didn't want to. They fell on the floor, so I didn't want to reuse them.
You look at it. You don't pay attention what the f*** you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the chance to claim no f***ing off. Food on the wall. Who you burning now?
Me?
Harriet don't live here. It's you. It always been you.
Chris would take any chance that he could to bully Olivia,
Like,
constantly
he
putting
bullying
her worth
her.
into
Like,
question.
if she dirty, gang, leave her, folks. If she don't clean or whatever it is, folks, she messy as hell, leave her. You can't live with her. But you tweaking, you over bullying, you grabbing, you throwing, you going crazy, like you
even humiliating her in front of her own daughter.
When I got the show ass, you didn't have a job. You collected unemployment. You just had off. And most men in this world want a woman that got what? You wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't have got upset.
And this in front of her daughter. Is the daughter 11 or this the 19-year-old?
The bag that life would be so much easier for me if you start thinking. You do dumb because you don't think.
And she just taking it.
This footage shed light on Chris's true colors and confirmed the allegations of abuse from Olivia's family.
And
detectives also looked into Chris's criminal records and discovered that he had a history of violent charges, including multiple assaults in 1996 and a domestic assault in 1998, which landed him in jail for a brief period of time. Even though they were still waiting for ongoing forensic analysis results, authorities believed that they had enough evidence to place charges against Chris.
News this morning, a Beaumont man is now facing murder charges in a Valentine's Day shooting of his wife.
On Valentine's Day
this
is
man,
crazy,
Christopher
gang.
Ray Jones, who worked as a correctional counselor at the Beaumont Federal Prison, killed his wife, Olivia.
Oh, he worked as a counselor at the prison? A lot of them niggas be crazy and weirdos like that.
Charged with first-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in April of 2019. Christopher Jones is currently serving his sentence in the John M. Wynn Unit in Huntsville, Texas.
That shit crazy, boy. Rest in peace to Lady Olivia, folks. That shit really is wicked, though. That's wicked, gang.